On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary. Welcome back to Obituary. I'm Spencer Henry.
And I'm Madison Reyes.
Thank you for coming to this meeting. You can come right in the office. Everyone just gather around the table.
It's in the boardroom, okay?
Everyone,
guys.
Hi. Can we get everyone to the boardroom immediately, please? We have to talk about a merger that's happening, an acquisition of sorts. We are going to be going through portfolios.
We also need to look at the stock exchange. We have a lot to talk about there. The NASDAQ. Oh my God.
NASDAQ is everywhere right now. It's up, it's down. You know, we really got to stay above 130. And we just want to say, everyone in this room right now, everyone here, you mean the world to us because we don't look at this as a business. This is a family.
Listen, some of you are expendable.
Yeah.
Some of you, we all care about you.
But we're going to cut your heads off if you don't get us back up to the charts on the NASDAQ, okay?
Yeah, because you know what? We're going to have to trim the fat here.
Yeah, we're trimming it. We're shaving it. We're doing whatever we got to do. There's going to be a lot of new shit coming, okay?
Okay, our dad is not happy.
Our father, Roy, what's his last name? Succession? Waycroft? No, Starcroft? Waycroft?
No, hold on.
Fuck, what is it? It's Waycroft. Waystar? No, Waystar. Raycroft? No.
Logan Roy.
Yep, that's him. Logan Roy. He wants to hear about it. And in case you were wondering what's going on right now,
you are on HBO's Succession.
Yeah, baby. Okay, so Madison, obviously I told you this right before we started recording, but ever since you read his obituary on the podcast, I was like, I gotta watch this show.
Yes.
And everyone's talking about it right now because it's in its fourth and final season airing right now. And this is not an ad whatsoever. But I was in Palm Springs.
Wish it was an ad.
I know, honey. Pay us. Okay. We're going to be reaching out.
Yeah.
I was in Palm Springs, as you guys know. It's kind of where we left off last time, I think. I had nothing to do. So I was like, I'm just going to play the first episode, see what happens. Oh, it happens. And I kept going.
You got hooked.
Watch. Because you know what? There's a big vibe of Scandal in there.
Scandal is your favorite.
I loved that show. And I do not love a lot of shows. Scandal I fucking loved. When that show ended, there was a People magazine at the grocery store with the Scandal.
Yes.
Like a commemorative magazines. I fucking bought it because I loved it. Me and my mom used to watch it together every Thursday while on the phone usually. I bought her like Olivia Pope and Associates merch, but it's very much that same type of vibe when watching.
Yeah. Wait, can I just say, when I used to work for Makeup Forever, I had to do this little event at this woman's house who held like an event every year for celebrities. She would have little vendors and everyone would come up. So like I was like helping fucking Tyra Banks. I was helping Selena Gomez, like all these people. And the cast of Scandal was there. Kerry Washington was so gorgeous in person.
The most beautiful. Well, remember I worked an event one time that was the night before the Oscars. They do a big party called like the night before the Oscars party. And all of the celebrities came. It was everyone. It was like Leonardo DiCaprio came over to our little area and was talking to us and all these like very famous people. And I really could care less. But when Kerry Washington walked through, I was like, she is the most beautiful princess
human specimen. I know.
I don't get starstruck a lot, but I was starstruck.
Yep.
God.
Beautiful. And the
redhead?
No, I've watched Scandal. I liked Scandal, but the first lady, what's her name?
The real actress's name, I follow her on Twitter, I know.
She was with her, and it was like funny to see them together because they were like
Bellamy Young.
Okay.
Bellamy Young. She's pretty.
Beautiful. And they were like besties. It was cute.
It makes me so happy. And you know it's based on a real person.
Scandalous?
Yes. It's based on...
Monica Lewinsky?
No, Judy Smith is the real Olivia Pope, and she was a crisis manager professionally, and she aided, like, George Bush. She was part of the Clinton... Like, she has been around D.C. and stuff.
Wow.
And she's worked with, like, famous athletes and stuff, so she's a very much a real person. Like, Olivia Pope is based off of this woman.
Cool.
And so I remember she wrote a book. I don't know. I was super into that for a while. I was like, I want to work in crisis management. But honey, the only thing that's happening over here is a crisis. Okay. But Succession's so fucking good. I'm at, I think, the 3rd season now. So I watched an embarrassing amount of TV, especially for me who can't sit still. I was like...
Your embarrassing is like my normal.
Well, so you and your husband are bingers. It'll be like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it'll be like, yeah, we were up until 6 a.m. We finished the show.
Yeah, we get stuck on a show. That's like our date night, you know? It's like sitting at home, we'll order in food, and we'll start a show. I need to hear your thoughts on the characters just quickly.
Okay, love all of them. Shiv is currently my favorite because she's just kind of a bitch, and I like that. She's fucking cool. She's badass. I hear I won't like her, but honestly, it's all a love-hate relationship.
With all of them.
With all of them.
I know. That show is so smart that I find myself sitting through it, being so entertained, having no idea what's going on, but still loving it. You know, like when they're talking like all this like big, like, you know, like on our board meeting, like mergers, acquisitions, stock market. I'm like, what does all this mean?
It's funny too, just when you can draw parallels from people you know in real life and how they act and operate, and then people on a TV show, because then I'm just like, oh my God, that's totally that person. Oh, they'd be this person.
Yeah. Or like a, you know, some people that have like a toxic relationship with their parents, and it's like they hate them but need their
approval. At the same time.
Yeah.
It's a good show. So if you guys have been hesitating watching, I recommend it.
Oh yeah. And we already, spoiler alert. What? Logan Roy dies because we read his obituary.
Oh, I know. I wish I didn't know, but oh well. I've already thought he was dead several times on the show, so. Well,
I know. And that when he finally dies in this season.
Enough. Okay. Let's not talk about it.
Okay, something different that I'm watching right now that I binged last night is this woman's TikTok. I don't know what she does for me. It's like just a feel-good, motherly presence that she brings. Her name is like Denise Delaney. Have you seen her?
Pull her up. I don't know people's names, really. Yes. Oh, my God. Okay. They're like a goth couple in I think, San Francisco, right? They took their daughter to... This is so funny because I don't even watch TikTok that much. And I fully know who that is because they took their daughter to the DNA Lounge in San Francisco, which is a club that me and Olivia used to go to. It's like a goth club.
I saw that TikTok of them going.
Yeah. Voice is so soothing, just such a good, cool mom, and has like cool, fun stories from the past and a very interesting voice.
Yeah.
That makes me like
a very deep voice. Yeah.
I don't like listening to people talk. I don't know. I mean, you guys know how it is. Obviously, if you're listening to us, you probably like how we talk because that's what this whole thing is.
Right.
But there's some people, you know, and you're just like, this is not going to do it for me.
Right.
I love her voice. It's like calming. I'll sit through and watch and I'm just like so happy and like relaxed and just a cool mom and realtor.
I know. And she like looks like a normal mom now, kind of, you know, but then she'll show pictures of her like
super goth in the past.
Yeah, like Rocky Horror Picture Show. I love her.
I would look at her and I'd be like, oh yeah, she definitely is a little more like alt or whatever.
Yeah.
But the pictures from when she was like a goth in like the 80s, 90s is fucking cool.
I know.
I love that. I had a good friend growing up whose mom was goth, and I always thought she was so cool. She was kind of younger, and she had just like always a black bob, like a perfect black bob. I actually, funny enough, years later, we were like childhood friends, ran into her at the DNA lounge and like fully danced with her or whatever. I was like, I used to be friends with your son. But she was like a vampire, I swear. So beautiful. Like,
my mom was not a goth mom. However, she would always go through my closet.
still to this day.
Still to this day, she will. I don't talk about it, but like I was super punk rock. Like,
Oh, yeah. You had a green mullet.
I had a jean jacket and it had like a back patch on it. I forget it might have been like Black Flag, I think, or it might have been like, let's just say it was Black Flag. And I'm home, and then my mom gets home and she's wearing that jacket. And I'm like, wait, what? And I guess she had just gone through my closet, saw the front of the jacket, and was like, okay, cute. Like, I'll wear this to work. And she was probably in her 50s or 60s at the time, and like just walking around
Her office.
her office.
They were probably like, oh, Tony's a badass.
Yeah.
Fuck. God, I love her. She'll show up in some wild outfits
Oh
sometimes.
my God. And she's so itty bitty. She can like fit into.
Oh, and she loves it. Because she's from that era where she loves to be. You tell her
Yes.
she looks skinny and she's like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, yeah, I love it.
She is. She was homecoming queen. Just.
Oh, the most beautiful. We should post a picture of your mom when she was young. She's still beautiful today, but she was like 60s model,
Bleached
glam.
blonde hair. Yeah.
Oh, God love her.
Little punk rocker.
And the antithesis of a punk rock. We call her a lot. Well, you're her daughter, but I call her a lot too. And she's just the fucking best.
Oh, love her.
The greatest. I just got back from Santa Barbara.
Yes.
That was my other little adventure this week. I went on a solo date, which I love.
Yes.
Big proponent. Well, I wanted you to go initially because I went and I saw Charlie Crockett and Tyler Childers together. Tyler Childers I'd never seen live before, and it was like a fucking church experience.
I'm so jealous.
It was good. Initially, I was going to take you, but then you couldn't go.
Yeah, my husband's gone, and I needed someone to watch the dogs because we would obviously be gone for a long time. So.
Well, I think we were going to maybe do overnight.
Yeah.
So it just didn't work out, and I said, well, sorry, I'm still going without you.
You wore one of your show outfits.
I did. I wore my denim on denim look, and I
so good.
loved it. I got compliments.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Some guy was with his wife, and I walked out. He said, you look like you belong on stage. And I said, baby.
Little do you know.
Little do you know, I have a podcast. Okay. It was really fun, and it was in Santa Barbara at the Santa Barbara Bowl, which is a really cool venue, and I stayed out there, ordered good food. Santa Barbara has like the best Mexican food.
I haven't been to Santa Barbara in ages.
We should go.
My brother went to college there, and I loved it.
We got to cash in some of those hotel points, honey.
Uh-huh.
We should go do like a girly weekend
Yes.
at the hotel out there.
Did I ever tell you my brother had a pet lobster
No.
in college? He did, and it lived for years, and he would feed it hot dogs.
Hot dog, close your ears.
Oh, no.
Oh, and then also, we'll really get started in a moment here, but you joined me for an episode of Cult Leader.
A crazy episode.
Wild episode. It's called What Goes Around Comes Around. And without giving away who it was about, because it was about several different people, it was all serial killers who were murdered in prison. And it was real interesting to look through.
Yes.
Brutal, but
Yeah.
really interesting. Always so fun when you come on Cult Leader. It's like a crossover. It reminds me of, remember like, well, you weren't a Disney kid, but a lot of you will remember Disney Channel used to do a lot of like crossover episodes where if they had like Hannah Montana and That's So Raven and like The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, they would do like random episodes every once in a while where like they would have characters from one show come into another and
That's
like
cool.
cross the universes.
I like that.
I think that's always always cool and fun when TV shows do that. Yeah.
Well, do you want to hear a cool story? A sad story, but it turned into being something cool.
Yeah, always.
And heartwarming.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so I have a listener email, and it says, "Hey bitches, loyal and longtime Geoff here. I've been wanting to write to you guys about this because I just know you would love this. Changing her name for the family. So this is about one of my best friends, Megan, that passed away. Also, sorry in advance, I'm a terrible storyteller/writer. No, you're not. This is a great story. Megan was a beautiful person on the inside and out. She was a sporty, popular girl, and I was a weird scene kid in high school. We had a very odd but beautiful friendship. She was friends with everybody and cared so deeply for everyone around her. She was an amazing human all around. She was so sweet to everyone but herself. It used to break my heart because she was convinced she wouldn't live past 16. Gladly, she lived past that, but sadly, her depression won at the age of 23.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I
That's
know.
terrible.
I appreciate every day we had with her. After high school, I became a tattoo artist and body piercer. She was my first supporter and signed up for practice piercings when I started.
Aw, brave friend.
I know. And she came in every so often to work on a piece she had. She got a flower on her ribs and would come in and add a petal to it every time she wasn't doing okay. On the outside, Megan loved her colorful clothes, high ponytails, and especially glitter sequins and Crocs. She owned a different pair of Crocs for every outfit she owned, which I love. When she passed, it broke everyone's heart. For her calling hours, there was no special attire requested for it. But when I showed up, my heart melted. This is going to give you chills. Everyone, including myself, showed up wearing their most glittery, shimmery clothes, and everyone wore Crocs.
Oh my God. That is so sweet.
So sweet. Megan was dressed in her favorite rainbow sequin dress. I know she would have been so hyped seeing everyone go all out for her.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Not too long after the funeral, her family and friends came to me to get tattoos. And guess what they got? Crocs.
Oh my God.
Her favorite thing in the world. Oh,
I love that.
thanks for dealing with my horrible writing, and I hope you guys appreciate this as much as I do. Say hello to the fur babies for me and feel free to share this on the pod. Love you both and keep it up. I just love that everybody got it. You know?
I've been at a few funerals for family members, and I feel like always kind of do some sort of theme. And it's funny because, like, I remember when my mom passed away, I had people texting, like, hey, are you doing any sort of theme or anything?
Yeah.
Which is, like, funny, but we did, yeah.
What'd you guys...
Like a floral-y
Okay.
theme, but
Oh.
yeah, I think it's nice. It's a nice way to commemorate someone. For my grandma, a lot of people wore yellow because that was her favorite color, and then polka dots. She loved a polka dot.
Oh.
So I think we had like polka dot bands or something that we wore with our suits.
How
but
cute.
I think it's nice. It's nice to commemorate people. What do you think people would wear for you?
Oh, I think I would want everyone to either like wear pink and like look fabulous, like a formal wear,
Okay.
like a black tie event,
But pink.
but like pink,
Okay.
all different shades, or go full mourning black, black, black. That's it. There's no in between.
I love it.
What do you want?
I want everyone to get a mullet. I don't care if you're a grandparent. I don't care if you're a baby.
Perfect.
You're going to roll up with a mullet. Okay.
You can pass out mullet wigs, everything.
Well, and I'm too old to ever ride a dirt bike now, I feel like. But,
Why?
I mean, the people that ride Supercross and stuff are in their, like,
20s. Yeah.
early 20s, late teens. I would like to be embalmed on a dirt bike so that I can finally have my chance.
Yeah.
Okay. Some extreme embalming.
Oh my God. And we could suspend you and like have you do tricks.
Make
and
it
stuff.
go.
Yeah.
Do it on a dirt field. Make it fucking go.
That would be sick.
That would be pretty rad.
Okay. All right. You
And if-
guys got the memo?
You got the memo? And if you don't do it, you're an asshole.
Yeah. And we're still in our board meeting. Okay. So are
Yeah.
you writing this down, assistant? Yeah. We're
Hot dog, do you have your pen in your hand?
so we're assholes.
Oh, yeah. Let's transition. Next. Next subject that we'll be going over in this board meeting is assholes. And this first one says, am I the asshole for not wanting my fiance to make a birthday cake for his sister because it's my birthday too?
Okay.
My 36, fiance 39, I'll call him Dave for this post. His real name's like David.
Yeah.
Can make really good, detailed cakes. It's not a business, but something he enjoys doing. That's sweet.
That's so sweet.
I would love to be with somebody who could just bust out a cake.
My God, if I ever saw Cisco making a cake, I would take him to the hospital.
Something
What's
ain't
wrong?
right. We've been together for 3 years. Dave's sister died close to 10 years ago, before we met. Coincidentally, me and his sister have the same birthday. Every year, Dave makes an extravagant cake and sings happy birthday to his sister.
Oh,
That's
sweet.
so beyond. I want to make it clear I don't have a problem with this if it was on any other day.
You fucking bitch. Oh my, okay. I feel like I already know where this is going and I don't like this person.
The day before, the day after, whenever.
Are you kidding me?
But my family always made a big deal of birthdays, and he knows I enjoy celebrating and having my day. I know some people think you can be too old for birthdays, and that's their opinion, but not mine. So my birthday's next week. I asked Dave if we could do his sister's celebration on a different day. He said no, he's going to make the cake and do the routine he does every year. I said, I get that, but this is my birthday, and I'm actually here right now. And how many more years is he going to continue to do this?
All he does is sing happy birthday with the cake.
Yeah, he got mad at me and replied that I'm being disrespectful. At that point, I got a bit upset and told him he's not being fair to me. Me and Dave agree on and get along well usually, and this just feels like a bit of a stupid thing to get upset about. But now it's blown up. Am I the asshole?
Yes.
Yeah, you're a fucking ghoul. What do you mean, am I the asshole? It bothers you that he takes 5 minutes to sing happy birthday to his deceased sister, you witch?
I know. Wow.
Because it's your day.
I hate that. I don't like people who make their birthday a whole fucking month.
Oh, give me a break. Give it. Especially, you know what? You're 36. Okay, babe. You're not fucking 14. Like, it's my birthday week. It's my birthday month.
Like, we love a birthday. Don't get us wrong.
We want to make people feel special on their birthday, and I love to celebrate people on their birthday. I love my birthday is always like getting to celebrate it with friends. It's a fun, special feeling.
Yeah.
But I would never have the audacity to be like, hey, would you mind not doing this cute, adorable little thing you do every year to remember your sister?
It's not taking away from you. Also, if you have that much of a hard on about it, maybe go out and spend it. Why are you depending on him to make you happy for your birthday?
No, it's
That's
just
wild.
Weird. I think about it like we celebrate my mom's birthday every year when we always do some sort of celebration. We did hers early this year. You came, actually.
I know. We cheered Diet Coke.
We always do a little Diet Coke cheers and champagne glasses because my mom was a Diet Coke girly.
That was so sweet. And the menu even said, like, in memory.
Yeah. We always do like a nice dinner somewhere for her. I cannot imagine if I was dating someone and they had a problem with that, or were like, can you really do it on a different day? I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Weird. Okay. Next. I hate this person.
This one says, am I the asshole for telling my son his stepmom and brother died instead of waiting for his dad to tell him?
Okay.
Could be dicey. Am I the asshole? His entire family is ripping me to shreds. I don't understand. So, my ex and I have a son together who is 6 years old. We split up when he was 1, and things were messy at first, but have been peaceful for the past 4 years or so. We've both moved on and entered new relationships. His girlfriend he's been with since the beginning of 2022 is such a kind woman and always went out of her way to befriend me, which was nice. When they announced their pregnancy, everyone was pleasantly surprised, but it was pretty soon after his latest breakup, so his family didn't like her, which I found odd since that's not her fault. But I digress. Sadly, she passed away in childbirth, and the
Oh,
baby also passed as well in November of 2022.
oh God.
Really sad. It was extremely heartbreaking. I cried and grieved her loss as well. My ex understandably had his entire earth shattered and was going through one of the worst times of his life, so I completely understood him needing time to not be a parent and didn't have any issues with that. He didn't reply to any of my messages except to say he didn't want our son to know, as he was excited to have a little brother and wants to be the one to tell him, and that was in November. He also didn't want our son to attend the funeral. I completely understood, didn't tell my son, expecting my ex to keep his word. In December, I still heard no word from him regarding our son or co-parenting situation. I completely understand he needed time and waited. In January, still no word. My husband said that even with what happened, he should at least call or FaceTime if he can't do it in-person parenting, and I agreed. I reached out to his parents then, and they said that they are willing to parent their grandson while their son grieves. My son is 6. He's old enough to understand some things. He's been asking nonstop about his dad and little brother, when he's going to get to meet them. I had told him that they were very busy and daddy would come see him soon to let him know, but I can only use that excuse for so long. I did tell him in the beginning of February the truth, that his stepmom passed away and so did the baby, and that they are in heaven and that daddy's sad and needs time to rest and feel better. That actually really helped him understand, and he stopped asking and instead was drawing pictures to cheer his dad up. Ugh.
Oh.
Yesterday, he messaged me for the first time in months saying that he wants to see our son for his birthday. My ex's birthday, not my son's, which is next weekend, and he wants to explain everything then. I told him since he went ghost on me since November, I ended up telling our son earlier in the month because he wouldn't stop asking and he needed answers. He started cursing at me, saying I'm a bitch, I'm an asshole, and that it wasn't my place to tell him, and that I took that away from him. He hung up, and now his siblings and parents are posting things about me online, calling me and texting me, saying the same. So, am I the asshole?
Fuck. No, I think it's just a shitty situation.
Yeah. Here's my thought. This only happened a couple months ago, really. He's probably still heavy into his grief. He lost not only this woman that he loved, but the baby they were expecting during childbirth. Like, that is fucking horrific.
Traumatic.
So I understand that he's in a completely different world than this woman is. But she's the one that is essentially saying, okay, I'm going to give you your space and I will fully watch our son and take full responsibility and he'll spend every day with me. She's the one having to hear this every day. Like, where's my dad?
Heartbreaking.
Where's the baby? Like, what's going on?
Right.
I don't blame her for 3 months or 4 months later telling him, because she didn't know the husband was going to call out of the blue and say, hey, okay, now I'm ready to see him.
Right. I think maybe she could have given him a heads up.
Or like an ultimatum.
But I think she also got put in a fucked up situation. And I think the kid has to come first. And I do think kids should know about death or have it explained to them, because they fucking pick up on everything. That little kid probably knows something is off, that dad isn't around. I haven't heard from stepmom, and we were also excited about a new baby. Where's the baby?
And it's also like, I wouldn't want to keep lying to my child either.
No.
I mean, I'll lie to a kid for its whole life if it's about something more innocent. But like, no, I don't want to have to keep lying and saying, oh, you'll meet the baby any day now. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think the assholes are the family for going and fucking airing it out on social media, posting about it.
Oh, have some tact, you losers.
Because I think the dad gets a pass, obviously. He's fucking going through it.
Oh, I don't think he's an asshole for going off and saying you took that moment from me, because I think he's very valid in his feelings.
Right.
But I also don't think she's the asshole for telling the kid. Yeah, I agree. It's the family. Oh,
God. All right. Well, you're up first this week.
Which
means I have a side bitch.
Yes. Who you got?
I have an obituary that caught my eye because of the first sentence. Oh, that will sound good in my obituary.
Okay. I'm with it.
I love this obituary. It is quite long, but I'm gonna cut it down just a little bit, but you'll get the gist. Okay, it says, Joe, our dad, talked about his obituary as long as we can remember. He read the obituaries daily, and when he read one he liked, he'd tear it out and keep it as a reference.
I love that.
After all the talk and reference material, he never got around to writing it. What follows is our very best attempt to honor his life. Joseph was born on June 6, 1939, the second child of Joe Sr. and Gertrude. He was the beloved brother of Harriet, Jack, Bob, and Dick. Joe was a good student, star athlete, and all-around nice guy. After graduating, Joe spent a year at VMI. He attended Northern Essex, graduated Salem State, and Boston University. In December of '59, he met Cynthia for the first time at a Christmas dance. She had read about his achievements in the newspaper, including his appointment to the U.S. Naval Academy, and thought, wow, when he called after their first meeting to ask her to a movie. They were married November 12th, 1966 at Holy Trinity Church in Lawrence. 100% Irish, Joe was a storyteller. He shared stories of childhood shenanigans, like playing fireman and putting out an imaginary fire in the neighbor's dining room through an open window with very real water from a garden hose. He had stories from interesting jobs, including trash collector, lobster shucker, jail guard, Raytheon guidance systems for the Hawk/Sparrow missiles, and the command module simulator at MIT's Draper Lab.
Whoop, whoop.
From 71 to 87, Joe was principal of Proctor School in Topsfield. He went on to be principal of the Roosevelt School in Melrose, was awarded the Krista McAlfee Science Award in '90, and retired in 1994. Joe took a temp substitute spot teaching 5th grade, temporarily staying 5 years, and retiring again in '03. Joe was baptized and served as an altar boy. As Joe's earthly life approached its end, his spirit was at peace in anticipation of heaven. Joe loved baseball. He took his children to hundreds of games, particularly Cape Cod Baseball League games in the summer. He dedicated thousands of hours to building the CCBL. He served as GM of the Harwich Mariners for 3 years. Joe's retirement career was as volunteer assistant baseball coach at Northern Essex, CC, and Bunker Hill, CC. Many of his players were immigrants, first-generation Americans, or first in their family to go to college. Joe's advocacy in their lives was the perfect expression of his passions for education, baseball, and people. Joe loved reading the newspaper. He whistled constantly, songs like Memories and Take Me Out to the Ball Game, but also whistled to imitate a songbird. He loved trees. His favorite meal was turkey dinner. He loved his grandchildren, referring to them as my Kate and my Patrick, responding in wonder and delight to everything they said and did. He enjoyed his coffee group of guys at Daybreak Cafe. He hoped to be remembered as a fair leader who loved his family. Oh.
Wow. Cute.
I'm sure he would be proud.
Oh, he would love to be on this show if he loved an obituary.
Oh my God, I know.
Amazing. Well,
amazing.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll hear what had me spinning in my coffin.
Okay.
Whether you like it or not.
Be
Goodbye.
right back. And we're back. What had you spinning in your coffin this week?
All right. This week, I went out on a quest to find the oldest funeral home in America.
Oh.
And I think I did.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. I'll explain once we get into it.
Okay.
So just for good measure, because I don't know if we've ever actually given the definition of a funeral home before, but funeral homes are places where you can go to have a funeral service for somebody who has died. They typically include caskets and urns, but they also may offer other services like cremations, prearrangements, burial plots. I mean, they do so much.
Yeah.
We've talked about them enough. Funeral homes can vary in size from small family-owned businesses to large corporations that serve many communities. They have staff to assist families in making decisions about what they want to be done at their loved one's funeral, any suggestions, guidance.
We know some of them are drive-thrus.
And we know some. Yep. Morticians and embalmers typically work at these facilities, preparing bodies for burial and giving them a more natural look by using cosmetics. But we know, honey, it's not always so natural looking, okay? Some people prefer them because it allows the deceased loved ones, as well as friends and colleagues, to gather in one place instead of having multiple memorial services at different locations. It's important to note that these places do not have any affiliations with religions because their services go beyond religious rites, which is why they're open to everyone regardless of faith or culture. sure. I mean, I feel like we've talked about this kind of more with like cemeteries and stuff because there's different ways to bury different people based on their religious backgrounds and whatnot. But that definition came from the Glicker Funeral Home of Dayton, Ohio. And I was just like, yeah,
Okay.
we love a definition
We
over
do.
here. So back to my original question. Which one is the oldest? It appears that buck trout of Williamsburg is the answer. Here's a picture of what it looks like. Well, this is when it opened, the original funeral home, and then this is what like the modern day version of it looks like because it's still active.
Yeah, okay. They're both beautiful.
Geoffs will post it. According to their official website, Buck Trout of Williamsburg is the oldest funeral home in America. It opened in 1759, which is
Wow.
crazy. Buck Trout first began as cabinet makers in colonial Williamsburg.
No way.
When neighbors and friends passed away, Benjamin Bucktrout and Anthony Hay, who were cabinet makers, would generously make wooden caskets and provide burial on the Bucktrout farm. Over time, the company transitioned into a full-on funeral home that is still up and running to this day.
Wow.
This seems to be the typical inception story for many funeral homes that were early in the game. Like they went from being cabinetry builders to funeral homes, like making caskets and stuff because there was such a need for it, especially after the Civil War, which is really when the funeral home boom happened because there was so many people dying. They couldn't have at-home funerals, which is what people did before going to funeral homes.
God, it just goes to show you never know where life is going to take you.
100%. Well, honestly, like I feel like we saw even during COVID, there was such a max overflow for a lot of funeral homes that they were doing all these crazy, I mean, remember there was a fucking hospital ship in Long Beach. There was, all the hospitals were completely filled and they were like, we don't know what to do with these bodies. There was like trucks being used as freezers.
Yes.
It was fucking crazy. And so back in the day, that's kind of, it was obviously a different scenario, but they were like, we don't have enough capacity. Most people don't have enough capacity to do these at-home burials. That's when the need for funeral homes really became big. But the Kirk and Nice Funeral Home in Pennsylvania also claimed to be the oldest funeral home in the U.S.
Oh, some drama.
They give a similar history on their website, writing that the Kirk and Nice Funeral Home is the oldest continuously operating funeral establishment in the United States. Its history portrays the evolution of the funeral trade in America from its ancestor, the carpentry shop. Jacob Knorr, who's an architect by trade, bought acreage in the village of Germantown farmland outside of Philadelphia in April of 1761. There, he opened a carpentry shop that became a major source of furniture making and repairs for the inhabitants of the small town. At that time, only a small portion of his shop's orders was making coffins. Coffin orders were placed with a mere string that had been measured against the deceased to be used to guide the carpenter's coffin dimensions.
So we didn't have a tape measure invented yet.
No, those didn't come until like the 1800s, I guess.
Okay.
That's like by far one of my new favorite funeral facts. The fact that they used to like bring in a string literally to this guy's
custom.
And be like, hey, you know, this is how long they were. Can you make me a casket or make me a coffin? Anyway, so they claim their doors opened in 1761, while Buck Trout was established 2 years earlier in 1759. I guess the debate comes down to who fully became a funeral home versus continued running as a cabinetry business first. It seems like Buck Trout transitioned to the coffin business after Kirk and Nice, but Buck Trout was the first to offer coffins. So it's really one of those, which came first, the chicken or the egg scenario.
Yeah. Body or the coffin?
Which came first, babe? I have to sidebar really quick to talk about casket sizing because I became interested after reading about the string method. I was reading, there's this website called trustedcaskets.com.
Okay.
It says casket sizes and dimensions. Do you need to go standard or not? Because I was like, wait, what's a standard coffin size?
Yeah.
This website says, just like with everything else in life, caskets also come in a standard size. The dimensions for a standard size casket are 24 inches for the width and 79 inches for the length. Most people are 70 inches or 5'10", weighing around 180 pounds or so. 9 times out of 10, people will fit in a standard casket. Anyone up to 6'10" and weighing less than 350 pounds will fit in a standard coffin. As a matter of fact, People a bit over 6'10" can also fit, as long as the funeral directors bend their knees a bit, it says. There are also, because I think we're picturing the same thing, like someone like, just their knees being fucking snapped back. There are also caskets of 28 inches, which is the interior width dimension. The interior's length is 79 inches for this size. A coffin of this size can fit a person around 6'10" and weighing up to 450 pounds.
I want them to cross my ankles when I die.
Okay.
Okay. Just like I'm lounging.
But then you also have to think about like the vaults. So the second one will still fit in the normal coffin vault, or like where you would bury the coffin. And then after that, you would probably want to go with more of an oversized casket. And there's, of course, you can customize really all parts of a casket, especially these days. But anything more massive than the standard size is defined as an oversized casket. More specifically, anything that is more significant than 84 inches for the length and more massive than 28 inches in height and more extensive than 23 inches is considered to be oversized. A typical oversized casket can go as long as 90 inches, 36 inches wide, and 30 inches tall. So if someone in your family weighing around 550 pounds dies, finding a casket will not be like finding the needle in the haystack. It's not a challenge anymore to find a coffin for a big guy. The stories when families had to get a large container designed for shipping elephants or pianos are all gone. Nowadays, no retailer cannot afford not to sell oversized caskets as well. Due to the increasing rate of obesity, more and larger oversized caskets are made in the US. It didn't take long for the customers to realize that casket retailers would sell the oversized caskets at a lower price in an attempt to remove them from stock faster. Even if it's not difficult to get an oversized casket, some people seem to have problems while trying to purchase one. Let's also mention the discomfort of some people when ordering a large casket. There are other alternatives to consider as well, and then it says cremation. It goes to cremation. I'm like, okay. But it seems like there's definitely caskets for everyone of all shapes and sizes.
Oh, that's great.
And we know there's little ones too.
Yeah.
For like kids and stuff.
Or little people.
Yeah. And I'll finish us off with some other top contenders for the oldest funeral homes. This is from a website called connectingdirectors.com. And the first two, we already know, they have buck trout in first place of Williamsburg, Virginia, established 1759. And then Kirk and Nice, which was the second one, from Pennsylvania, that was established in 1761. Third on the list was the Bachman Snyder Funeral Home from Strasburg, Pennsylvania, which was established in 1769. And it was started by this Swiss Mennonite named Johannes Bachmann in 1769, and it's still active to this day. And according to its website, the business is the oldest and longest running funeral services provider in the U.S. But babe, we know.
Oh, everyone's trying to claim. Okay.
The Wendt family funeral home in Moline, Illinois was established in 1866, and that is actually one of my best friends. Her family started that one.
Oh, wow.
The Wendt family has been in the funeral business for 6 generations. In 1866, J. Robert Erler, a cabinet maker, was asked to build caskets for farmers. When a person passed away in those days, the funeral was usually conducted in the home of the deceased, and the burial was in the plot on the family farm. Following the Civil War, Erler's son-in-law, August Wendt, took over the business. It would continue to be run by legacies. This home is now run by Earl Wendt.
I love that name, August.
For the 6th generation in the family business. The large Victorian that currently houses the establishment was actually built in Moline in 1902. It was purchased by Earl and Robert Wendt in 1929. And so most of them started out on the East Coast, which makes sense because everything out there is fucking old. So there's like a lot of New York. There are quite a few that started out in Illinois. But yeah, I thought it was interesting just seeing kind of the history of them. Yeah.
There
now
you
we have it. Meeting adjourned.
Meeting adjourned. No, I love that. Obviously we love history.
The history of funeral homes, baby. There's some cool ones, like looking at all the pictures of them. We'll post more pictures, but I'm like, fuck, I want to go inside of these. I want to like see the interior of these really old Victorian funeral homes. They look so cool.
I just love that they started out in carpentry.
Well, a lot of, and it makes sense. Yeah, like it's, we make cabinets. Hey, you think you can make a thing? Let me bring you a string.
Oh my God, I love it.
The more you know. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll hear what had you spinning in your coffin, girly.
Alrighty.
We'll be right back. And we're back. What had you spinning in your coffin this week, girly?
Oh my God, hospice had me spinning in my coffin.
Oh my God. We've never talked about hospice.
We've
I mean,
mentioned it briefly.
we've done recreational
Yeah, but we've never had a full-blown
hospice sesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I got my first introduction to hospice around 13 years old. My grandmother was in hospice care the last few weeks of her life.
Oh, I remember you were there with her the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. I vividly remember her hospital bed in her living room and the sweet nurses that took care of her in her last days. I also remember all of us, like you said, being able to like be there, sit around her bed after she died and sort of start the grieving process there. It was truly my first real introduction to death and a dead body. And I'm not going to lie, it freaked me the fuck out.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, being 13, that's like.
Yeah. And we never talked about death. And then her fucking coffin tried to make a run for it
At her funeral.
down a hill at her funeral.
Never saw it again.
Pushed me over the edge. But it was also a very beautiful thing to be able to send her off in her own home and not in a hospital.
Of course.
We have a few Geoffs who listen who work in palliative care and hospice. And I speak for myself and you, Spencer, that we think you guys are fucking angels on earth.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, the work you do is so important. And for those that don't know what hospice care is, I found a definition that I really liked on cancer.org. And it explains hospice as a special kind of care that focuses on the quality of life for people who are experiencing an advanced life-limiting illness and their caregivers. Hospice care provides compassionate care for people in the last phases of incurable disease so that they may live as fully and comfortably as possible. The hospice philosophy accepts death as the final stage of life. It affirms life, but does not try to hasten or postpone death. Hospice care treats the person and symptoms of the disease rather than treating the disease itself. A team of professionals work together to manage symptoms so that a person's last days may be spent with dignity and quality, surrounded by their loved ones. Hospice care is also family-centered. It includes the patient and the family in making decisions. So why would someone choose hospice? From my personal experience, like I said, allowing my grandmother to pass away in the comfort of her home was crucial. It was also an extremely dignified way of going. She wasn't hooked up to any scary machines, although if you needed those to aid in your comfort, you can have those delivered to your home via hospice. She didn't have any like invasive anything happening to her. It truly got to be a collaborative effort between my family and the hospice care team. And there are, of course, hospice facilities, but it's nice to have the option of in-home care and support. And most hospice programs are on call 24 hours. There are obviously pros and cons to everything, and hospice is not for everyone. There are specific standards that must be met to even qualify. You need to have an illness or condition that will most likely result in death in 6 months or less, which 2 doctors need to sign off on, which I think are the same qualifiers for death with dignity.
Oh, yeah.
Some cons could be that it could discourage hospitalization. It can place a lot of responsibility on the family as far as like daily needs being met, like medication management and bathing. They also can't participate in experimental treatments because those are considered life prolonging. So there are a lot of pros and cons, a lot of things to weigh. My experience was that it was great. I did hug her when she was laying in bed. And
like after?
No, before, but she was already kind of gone. And I hugged her. I think I leaned down a little too hard on her.
No. Oh, no.
And she made a noise.
Like what? Like a,
Like, like and my siblings were like, what the fuck? Okay, listen, she had the world's greatest sense of fucking humor.
Oh, she'd love it.
She would love it.
Was this the grandma who wanted to be in show business?
That was my great grandma.
Oh, okay. Was that her mom? No, different side.
No, same side. It was her husband's mom. my grandpa's mom.
Okay.
Who lived till 107. She'd always talk about the studios. Yeah.
God didn't want her.
This grandma was the one who said that about her, about the great grandma, about her mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Yeah. She would say, like, because she would always read murder novels. And she would say to us, like, you know, I have read so many murder novels. I could have killed her and already been out on good behavior.
Oh, shit. Especially back in the day.
Yeah, she didn't like her. Okay, but I read a ton of people's stories with hospice while I was writing this, like from actual hospice nurses to the families. It had me fucked up. They were so sweet, but I don't want to cry in this episode, so we're not going to read those, but I'll link them. But instead, I wanted to look at some of the people, mostly women, who paved the way for the treatment and hospitality that we know today.
I love it. Some hospice pioneers.
Exactly, yes. Now, a death doula episode will be in the works, so we'll be able to talk more about the actual.
Oh, we got to have an actual death doula for that one.
Yes, but we obviously need to know our history.
Yes.
Okay, so the first hospice centers were really more of a hotel or lodging for pilgrims who were driven out of their land to the Holy Land by Pope Urban II in 1095. So this is like the 11th century. It was the first Holy Crusade, and the pilgrims and other people who tried to make it to the Holy Land, which was Jerusalem, most of the time didn't make it. Many became extremely ill and many died. The hospice lodges were, according to 1-800-hospice.com,
my favorite website,
more akin to a hotel than a modern hospice center. And then it goes on to explain, over time, the focus of the hospice turned from not only offering lodgment to pilgrims, but to care for the sick and dying. Medicine at the time was rudimentary, and so hospice would not have made a stark distinction between those who were sick and those who were dying. All would have been treated as being terminally ill, as there were few cures to the many ailments of the day. The goal of the hospice was to comfort the ill until their death or miraculous recovery. Hence the concept of hospice was born.
What does the name hospice stand for?
I read that it comes from, I think it's Latin roots, mean hospitality.
Okay. And service or something?
And yet hospital also derives from the same place.
Which makes sense.
Yeah. So that was the 11th century. In 1633, Vincent de Paul and Saint Louis de Marillac founded the Company of the Daughters of Charity of Saint Vincent de Paul in Paris. They're still around today, and they were a group of nuns that were dedicated to helping the poor, the sick, the marginalized, and the dying. Originally, their centers were called hospitals, and then they eventually developed into like big modern hospitals, but they were the ones that definitely reinstated this concept of giving someone a quality of life even on their deathbed. Then in 1843, Jean Garnier founded the Dames de Calais in Lyon, France. Jean was a young widower and wanted to care for the dying, and she is touted as the earliest founder of a home for dying. She helped establish this home for the dying with other like-minded women and created a very respectful, peaceful place for people to die. She died 10 years later, but because of her, 6 more hospice centers opened in France by 1899. And then similarly in Dublin, Ireland in 1879, Our Lady's Hospice was founded by a woman named Mary Aikenhead, who had founded the congregation of the...
Would she have a headache?
Yeah, I know.
Aching, babe.
Oh my God. So she had founded the Congregation of the Religious Sisters of Charity, and she established hospitals, and her goal was to help the poor, the sick, and the dying. She bought a house in the 1840s that she and her congregation renamed Our Lady's Mount. There she started a Sunday school and then a night school for women and girls. But the smallpox epidemic, I guess, kind of changed their whole vibe. 16 of them contracted smallpox and all survived, but it forced them to move further out of the city. And they did, and they bought a new property. And they had always wanted to open a hospice center. There were only, I believe, 2 hospitals at the time in Dublin. And so they did, and their sisterhood was growing at the time. And on their official website, they tell their story, and they talk about two of the sisters had said this at the time. They said, seeing and feeling how very hard it was to send away the poor, dismissed by the doctors as beyond hope of recovery, some having very poor homes, and others no friends willing to receive them. They thought themselves of having a hospice or home where these poor sufferers might be received. It goes on to say such a policy of refusal of admission was common in those days and was the main reason for the foundation of the hospice. Apart from a shortage of beds, there were other reasons. Fear of infection of existing patients by a new patient, the absence of any effective treatment for many diseases, and the medical staff's preference to admit those they could help, which in those days were in the minority. Mary died in 1858 at Our Lady's Mount, but 3 years after her death, the Our Lady's Hospice for the Dying at Harold's Cross was open with 3 beds. That hospice grew to 40 beds by 1880, and it has continued to grow and is still in business today with a few other locations.
We've got a lot of long-time businesses we're talking about today.
I know. You know what? Death has been around that long.
Hey.
It ain't a new thing.
It ain't a new thing. And guess what? Our business, I hope it goes for 100 years too.
Me too. Oh, I love it. Around that time in 1885, the Friedenheim Home of Peace for Dying was opened. The home was founded by a woman named Frances Davidson in Britain. This was the first hospice home in Britain. She spent much of her early life working with and visiting people who were sick because she worked with a mission hospital that was founded by a Christian reverend. And she saw cholera outbreaks in the 1860s and then witnessed tuberculosis just ravage through town and kill so many people. She saw so many people suffer, and so she wanted to provide a free home of peace for those who were dying. She took in those who were specifically in need and created a comfortable environment to pass. And she died in 1920 at the age of 80.
That is incredible.
All right, let's go over to America and talk about another woman there named Rose Hawthorne. She was born in Lenox, Massachusetts in 1851, and she had a great upbringing, great parents, had siblings, but she did experience death in her life. Her father died when she was a teenager, one of her childhood friends died of cancer later in life, and her own son died at the age of 5 of diphtheria. She was in a marriage that allegedly turned abusive after the passing of her child, and she got out of it, and she devoted her whole life to helping impoverished people who had specifically cancer. In 1896, she opened up a home, the first of its kind in America, for incurable and impoverished victims of cancer, which was in New York. She also founded a religious order called the Servants of Relief for Incurable Cancer in 1900, which is now known as the Dominican Sisters of Hawthorne, and she even changed her name to Mother Mary Alfonsa.
Okay,
yes,
this seems
girl.
A little culty to me.
A little culty. The pictures of her as like a younger person and then of her as a full-blown nun with the huge habit, it's wild. We'll post them. She died in 1926, but her work has made a huge contribution to hospice care in America, and the Catholic Church has even titled her as a servant of God.
Incredible.
Yes. Modern hospice. We cannot talk about modern hospice without talking about Cicely Saunders. We truly have her to thank for modern hospice and the hospice movement of the 20th century. She's considered the founder of the modern hospice movement, and she was a medical social worker, a nurse, and a physician. In the 1940s, she began working with the terminally ill, and in 1948, she fell in love with one of her patients who was dying from cancer. He died, but he donated almost $20,000 in today's money to her cause. She also fell in love with another patient who died in 1960. And then in 1963, she met and began a friendship with an artist who eventually became her husband. But she just cared so deeply for everybody. And in 1967, Cicely founded St. Christopher's House in London. King's College London says of this hospice care center as widely recognized as the first place to combine teaching and clinical research, pain and symptom control, and compassionate care. It was here that Cicely was able to develop the approach which has been adopted worldwide and continues to lie at the heart of care for the dying, that patients need spiritual, emotional, and social support as well as effective pain relief at the end of life. In recognition of her significant services to the field of palliative care, Cicely was made a Dame of the British Empire in 1979 and awarded the Order of Merit in 1989.
Wow.
Incredible.
What a life's work. It makes you think like, God.
I know.
What the hell have I done?
I know. I know. But without these like fearless people, because I think of at the time, like they said, like there was a risk working with people on their deathbed.
We knew so little.
We knew so little. We didn't have the medicine we have today. It was risky, but people did it. These are the religious people that I'm like, I can get fucking behind you because you're walking the walk. You know?
Yeah.
So there you
like
have
Jesus loved everyone.
Oh, yeah.
And that's on God. Period.
Period. Period, poo. Okay.
All right. Well, should we move on to some other lovely people?
We sure should. Who do you got?
I've got Mary Quant.
Okay.
She's a baddie, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to say it might seem a little random, but I was watching interviews with her and I just fucking love her because you and I both have an affinity for like the 50s, the 60s, and just listen. Mary Quant and her future husband, Alexander Plunkett Green, opened their first fashion boutique, Bazaar, in London in 1955. She initially filled it with fashion-forward clothing by other designers catering to stylish young people like herself. As Bazaar exploded in popularity, Mary began creating her own styles for the boutique, sewing mod styles in her apartment. Young women clamored for her designs, requesting ever shorter skirts. So, some credit Quant with inventing the miniskirt.
Oh, I love a mini skirt.
Little miniskirt girly. Other designers have helped pioneer the ultra short style, but Mary Quant certainly popularized it and made the miniskirt a defining symbol of the swinging 60s.
Oh.
And when you watch interviews with her, she's just so elegant and cool, and I just love her.
Oh my God.
Later in the decade, she introduced the short shorts that would become known as hot pants at her boutique. Again, she is credited by some as originating the style. Her other signature styles included colorful patterned tights to be worn with the miniskirts, as well as berets. Her highly recognizable logo featured a daisy. It's all just so 60s.
So cute.
So good. Quant won the first Dress of the Year award presented by the Fashion Museum in Bath, England in 1963. Already a British icon as a young woman, she was appointed Officer of the Order of the British Empire in 1966. Where she received her title of Dame.
Another Dame.
A Dame, honey. They included a quote from her in her obituary that I thought was just nice. It says, "Haven't I been a lucky woman? I've had the most marvelous time, so much fun, and yes, I suppose I do feel rather proud."
I love
I
her.
have to show you her picture. She's just fucking cool.
Oh, she's so 60s. So cool.
She just like epitomizes the times.
Yes.
And I love it.
Ugh.
I mean, obviously, we don't love everything about the 60s, but the style
was
the best.
Yeah, you can't touch that.
Can't
style.
beat it.
Oh my God.
What
Okay.
do you have?
I have a man named William, and he is like short, to the point. Let's do this.
How short was he?
Well.
What is that one? I love that. It makes me feel
know.
like I'm leaving the room at a swanky party.
Or like a joke that didn't land. Miniskirt.
Hey guys.
Miniskirt.
Mini skirts and bobs. Mini skirts and bobs. Welcome to our song called Mini Skirts and Bobs.
Ooh. Oh. Okay. I have gone to cavort with the towering cumulus, leaving behind my beloved and cherished wife, Judy, plus 2 loving and magnificent children, Bryce and Melissa. Also surviving and thriving are 3 extraordinary and beautiful grandchildren. Beyond this, I want my obituary to be concise and inexpensive. It should be succinct and factual. Remember, nobody cares about fluffy trivia. For example, the elementary school I attended, my love of most spiders, the weather, etc. Thanks to my loved ones.
Oh. He said, that's all you're getting from me, babe. Love it. And honestly, we like someone who's fucking to the point.
You know what? It goes on and says, per Bill's request, no formal service will be held. However, an informal celebration of Bill's life will be held. We're keeping it concise and inexpensive.
He said, chill out.
Chill out. I just died. It's fine.
It's all.
Oh,
my
man.
God, I love it. Well, you know what I love even more? Some dumbasses.
Ooh.
We've spun in our coffins.
We've bitched our obituaries.
It's time for some dumb
Ass
criminal. I really
What
like
do you
that.
got?
Okay, I have one that has been sent to us a million, bajillion, trillion times this week.
Okay.
There's this post. It's been going viral. It has a mugshot of a woman, and it says, Bridget Watkins, 43, of Summit, Arkansas, who allegedly took fawns into her home and raised the deer with the intentions of training them to attack hunters, was taken into custody on Friday.
Okay, well, what's the problem?
At the time of the arrest, Watkins was in possession of several grams of meth, 4 deer, and many stolen broken electronics.
Okay, I see the problem.
Attention was drawn to Watkins when she began giving meth to the young deer, and they were caught rummaging through people's garages and back porches.
No.
A homeowner followed one of the deer back to Watkins' residence in an attempt to recover his property, and he found himself face to face with Watkins wearing only a duct tape bikini. Yeah, she fucking said, hey, Quant, I see your mini skirts, and guess what? The neighbor found her in a duct tape bikini disassembling his clock radio. Charges pending under further investigation. And there's the mug shot.
Oh my God. She looks like she's on
meth. Canceled. Okay, well, so many people sent us to that, and I was like, this cannot be real. It's not.
What?
Uh-huh. That woman in the picture, I guess, according to the Associated Press, she was arrested on multiple drug charges in Indiana last year.
Okay.
But it's not. It's not true.
I'm glad it's not true about the deer, but I've just got to know that the duct tape bikini is true.
We'll never know. It's one of the biggest mysteries on God's green earth, but we'll get to the bottom of it eventually.
God.
I loved it.
I love that so much. I don't really know what is happening with mine, Spencer.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know, but I just have to read this, okay? A woman in Somalia had to undergo emergency surgery after getting shot accidentally in the clitoris while relaxing at home.
You know, a lot of people can't even find the clitoris.
Honey, they found it.
With a bullet of all
Yeah.
things. Wait, why?
This is from the New York Post, by the way. To the best of our knowledge, this is the first wayward bullet injury penetrating the vulva area, the outer part of the female genitals,
Thank you for clarifying.
with a retained bullet in the clitoris.
Oh.
According to the study, the 24-year-old unnamed patient had been relaxing at home when all of a sudden a stray bullet came through her ceiling and struck her in the nether regions. The alarmed woman reported to the hospital, where a CT scan revealed that the lead pellet had lodged itself inside her clitoris. This is the first of its kind, and here is the x-ray.
Oh my God.
It's in there. That's the real deal.
It is in there.
Oh, man.
Well, speaking of boxes, we got some PO box goodies, and I have this big one. There's a lot in here, but there's a letter, most important. Well, actually, there's a pen with a little thing tied to it. I think you stole this pen from the post office.
Oh, no. Oh, she totally did.
Look at it. It has like the little thing on
Yeah.
it. We think you stole this pen. Dear Spencer, Madison, Hot Dog, Desi, and Doris. First off, I would like to say how much I love you both and the podcast. I stumbled upon Obituary a few months ago and have been binge listening ever since. You are both so witty and your laughter is infectious. You two are also the most attractive podcast hosts in history.
Does it really say that?
No, I just added that. You could hold a podcast on toenail clipping technique or a play-by-play of an LA traffic jam, and I would be all in. Well, Eddie, you're in luck. Okay, this contract's quite some time. We got a lot of episodes. Thank you for that. So nice.
So nice.
As I am on the verge of approaching my middle age, egads, I'm almost 40. Well, we're right behind you.
Oh, that's not middle.
I have been putting thought into my will and final wishes. I've never wanted to be put in a box and would rather serve a purpose once I'm gone. I decided to donate my body to a local college where I will be used in their medical program for 3 years before being cremated and returned to my family.
Wow.
We love that so much.
Wow, that's incredible.
I've always been leery about telling people about my unconventional decision, but after learning about alternative choices like extreme embalming, I'm more confident in my choice to let some 20-something pre-med collegiate poke and prod at me instead of propping me up on a motorcycle and putting me on display, where there's a good chance I'll still get poked and prodded. Well, cut to me earlier.
Yeah.
Saying I want to be on a dirt bike. I appreciate you sharing different cultures, traditions, and options about such a heavy subject and normalizing a step in life that we are all going to have to take someday.
Oh.
I wish we could all view death with a little less sadness and fear and a little more loving remembrance and celebration of a life well lived. Hell yeah.
That's so well said.
I wanted to come see your live show when your tour came through my state, but I'm hoping motocross devotee Spencer and newly hooked Madison. Okay, this is so weird that we're getting this letter today.
I know. We were just talking about it.
All of this. Motocross devotee Spencer and newly hooked Madison will understand why I couldn't. Every April, our tiny rural agricultural community hosts the Stump Jumpers Desert 100, one of the largest off-road dirt bike races in Northern America.
No way.
We want to go.
I know.
One weekend each spring, our county population doubles. It's a family-friendly event that includes kid races, nothing cuter than a 5-year-old bobblehead on a tiny dirt bike.
That's our favorite.
Our favorite. Family, Ironman, and dual sport poker runs, and concludes with an average of 1,000 riders participating in a 100-mile race through our high desert dirt, sagebrush, basalt rock, and yes, cow pies on the final day. Of course, dirt bikes do come with risks. Just ask my left knee ACL. And in its 51 history, there have been some fatalities. This year's poker run, we just did. Did that come out yet?
Which one?
The sports one.
Oh, yeah.
You're like psychic. This year's poker run had a participant who is believed to have had a heart attack while riding and was unable to be revived.
Oh.
A GoFundMe for his family and social media post suggests that he died doing what he loved, being outdoors with his family, and he, quote, rode his dirt bike into the sunset of life. I don't know the man or the family, but I wish I could share your podcast with them because I think your compassion, candidness, and humor could help just about anyone on their path to healing. That's so fucking nice.
That's the nicest thing ever.
Please enjoy the Desert 100 swag I've included and keep up the good work from Christelle.
Christelle?
And don't fucking call it Crystal.
Okay.
It says Christelle.
Thank you so much. Oh,
Okay.
Look at these cups.
Oh my god. These are fucking cool. Ooh, they're like bendy.
Ooh.
Oh, and we love
koozies.
a
We
koozie.
love them. Oh my God. Thank you.
Oh, and shirts? Oh my god.
Shut up.
You shouldn't have, but we're glad you did. Look at these.
Oh my God. I love that. I'm going to wear it.
That's fucking sick. Thank you so much. Really will wear this. I'm really
I
excited.
know. I love it.
Finally, Madison can take off her Bucky's shirt and put on something else.
Oh my God. I love it. Okay. I have, let's see. Okay, here's a note. Dear Spencer, Madison, and all the puppers, I hope you enjoy all the stuff for you and the pups. Oh my God, it's going to be stuff for the pups. They're all handmade. I wanted to thank you for all your hard work and pushing out content for us every week. My dad and I listen to your podcast every morning when we drive to school, and this has been a daily tradition for years now since Cult Leader came out.
What
Oh, she's an
the
OG
fuck?
cult babe.
That's the cutest.
And recently we went to your show in Dallas and was one of the happiest moments in my life. Oh my God, they were at our Dallas show.
Are you kidding me?
This is from Phoenix. Oh, this is incredible. Thank you, Phoenix. Okay, wait, we got to open this up.
Oh my God, look at all of this.
Oh my God, look at that for hot. Okay, you guys, these are little tags for the dogs that each say their name. Oh my God. And bones that say obitch.
Oh my God, look at this little knife.
Oh my God, we'll post pictures.
So fucking cool. Thank you so much.
Cool. Thank you.
You guys are the best. If you have stuff you want to send us, you can send it to our P.O. Box, P.O. Box 18149, Long Beach, California, 90807.
And all of that and everywhere else you can find us is on obituarypodcast.com. We've got it all listed there.
We have our addresses on there. Come to our house. Don't do it.
We've got our phone numbers.
Yes. Madison's grinder is on there. That's it for this week. We'll see you next week with some more coffin spinners,
obituaries,
and dumb.ass criminals. Thank you for attending our board meeting. Anything that happened in this room stays in this fucking room.
Goodbye.
Yeah.